let's talk about the superhero team Action. Because they are supposed to be the Teen Titan of this universe, but they are literally psychotic. They are murderous in every freaking way. And I love it. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk about comic books and stuff. And as usual, we start this story with the backstory of an absolute beatdown. If you watched the first Minor Threats video, you know the beginning of everything was started with the beating of someone, the lover of Snake Stalker. His name was Reptilian, and after the beating, he remembers his lover screaming, and then he remembered being treated. And the last thing he remembers was his partner leaving him, promising to come back. He never came back because the Insomniac was like that. The Insomniac was bloodthirsty, and the monster makes monsters. The Insomniac was apparently the master of all the people in the Action, their mentor, and they were as bloodthirsty as him. They wanted revenge. I mean, Miss Moments, the resident speedster, was crushing people's skull continuously even after they were deceased. Jesus Christ. Grown men were forced to hide in terror of kids. They even had a resident mutant frog that enjoys eating flies. Too bad for Shithead. I mean, that's his name. He's a literal supervillain called Shithead. Anyways, in the corner watching all of this go down was Reptilian himself, you see. He knew none of these bozos knew anything, so he allowed the kids go on their rampage, and when they were done, he tried to interject. But Mrs. Moments was not on that cool shit. She wanted more. She said, "Talk, or I will punch you so hard, your jaw flies out to the back of your neck." He wasn't even afraid. But why would you be afraid when you have nothing to lose, nobody to love? He goes on to explain that he was the lover of Snake Stalker. And yes, after that night, he never saw his partner again. Clearly a broken man, he was seeking answers. So he hired someone to tail Brain Teaser in prison. And remember that conversation from earlier? Yeah, he recorded everything. And he brought the evidence of what he heard back outside, back to the Reptilian. He wanted revenge, and he knew the person that made his lover go on this suicide mission was Playtime. So as usual, a hurt man hurts people. He wanted her to suffer. He made sure they understood that Playtime was a boss now. They didn't care. Matter of fact, Miss Minute started beating down the corpses of the dead people she just killed. She wanted blood that much. Her teammates were absolutely horrified, but yeah, she's gang, so she stays. So the plan was set. Take down her factory and she will come running. So they decided, okay, we have a kill mission, guys. Roll out. Back at the hospital though, Playtime was watching over Brain Teaser. The doctor wanted to put him down, loose ends and all, but Playtime said, nah, he got beat down because of me, bruh. He gets to live for sure. But as usual, Playtime wanted the smoke. She wanted to rampage. Someone knew the secret that was not supposed to be known. But as usual, the doctor was there to calm her down. In Playtime, she had a date with her family. So she said, okay, take care of it. And she went off to see the fireworks with her child. Looking at her face, her ex knew something was up. So he asked her and she opened up that she did something. Now she sees Insomniac everywhere she looks. Her only safe space was being with her kid. When she was with her kid, she could enjoy the moment. She could enjoy the fireworks. But in the distance, we see that someone else had memories of the fireworks. Someone who was missing someone very important to him. They were in hell together. They worked for Stickman together. They almost lost their vocal cords to this. Thankfully, they were wise enough to quit while they were ahead. Demons are all over this city, and right now, some demons were rampaging in a factory, killing everybody in sight. These demons were none other than the Action themselves. Little kids armed with superpowers. They were living weapons. And worst of them all was Miss Moment. She killed so many people, she sat on their corpses like a throne and was texting people. Who does that? Especially because they needed one person alive. But thankfully, Varsity had the ability to sense the living, and she found someone. Using his phone, they called Playtime, telling her, come here, or your factory goes up in flames. Come here, or your man dies. And Playtime, being a softie, decided to leave her family and go handle business. Thankfully, her shadow was always present, so he called the doctor, and Scalpel got ready for action. Playtime was swinging through the city like Spider-Man with her monkey toy. Nobody was dying today, not on her watch, but before she could even get there, the doctor stopped her. Yeah, boss, I'ma need you to turn around, but Playtime wasn't trying to hear it. She just threw her monkey on the doctor's face, but the doctor ripped it apart. I'm not joking. Stand down. This is clearly a trap. Tossing a bomb that unleashed a flurry of needles, pinning Playtime to the wall. Playtime said, let me go. Now, I have to do something, but the doctor didn't care. Playtime, however, broke free. The doctor tried to hold her, but she slammed the doctor's nose, shattering it with her skull. This pissed the doctor off so much so that she blocked her from using her hands, but Playtime said, yeah, you think I need my hands to do my job? Jumping from the roof, the doctor gave chase. This was the most ridiculous chase I've ever seen because they were fighting through someone's house, using everything to slow the other person down. Toys, window glasses, bruh. Worst of all, the doctor chased Playtime into a playroom filled with toys, with all of them instantly coming alive to defend Playtime. Seeing the opportunity for escape, Playtime ran, only to discover her factory was already burning. She was pissed off. She blamed the doctor. You made me soft. You wanted me to be your little toy. Well, I'm not. I'm dangerous. And why are we standing in a freaking gnome city? I told you I want them out. They started to square up in a freaking town of gnomes. But this time, the doctor had had enough. She used the sleeping gas in her collar to knock her ass out. Gently laying her down on the floor, she told her, I'm with you till the end, but I will never let you kill yourself. I could promise you that. And the doctor was right because these guys wanted blood. And they were disappointed as well she didn't come. Looking to the reptilian for guidance, he crossed the line he should never have. When I say hurt people, he pushed that to the limit, revealing Playtime's true identity to a bunch of absolutely murderous and psychotic teen superheroes. That was a bad move. All he can think about at this moment was the life he and his partner were going to have. The life they did have. Getting to watch the fireworks together. He loved this man. And this man was taken from him. His partner. Someone had to pay. He really wished he didn't have to involve families. He knew this was the wrong move. But this move had to be played because he had no other options. He wanted revenge. With no other options, he led them to Playtime's mother's apartment. Right there, something terrible was about to happen. And if I'm being honest, I can't wait to see this battle myself because she had the same gun that took out the Insomniac. You see, Playtime's mother was the original OG. She was the original toy queen. And her daughter got most of her many talents from her mother. So yes, it's about to be a madness, and I cannot even wait to see the battle between the new school and the old school, because you know Toy Queen still has some moves. Do make sure to tune in tomorrow to find out what happens, because honestly, I am curious myself.